Well, good evening, my friends, and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman out here at my shooting range once again with a couple of American classics. This time I've got a couple of old Remingtons that I'd like to share with you. What I've got here in my lap is a Sportsman Model 58. This one's in 20 gauge. As you can see, there's some artwork that's imprinted into the receiver here. On this side we've got a couple of bird dogs, an English setter and an English pointer, and some quail flushing on the other side right there. The Sportsman Model 58. And then on this side we've got a couple of ducks. So that's a strong indicator that these old guns were designed for sporting use. They're for the hunter, you know. This one here is equipped with a full choke barrel, and I'm sure it was used probably for duck hunting, waterfowl hunting. The old gun shoulders really well. It's going to need a little bit of work. The bolt doesn't stay open on the last shot. I can hold it open there by holding down on the cartridge lifter, but I think it's got a weak spring back here because when I let off of it, the bolt flies shut. But it still fires, it still shoots, and it still cycles. But it's got a crack here in the fore end. I'll be working on that. It's a little bit loose right there, so I need to get that fixed for him. This is a friend of mine that I work with. This belongs to him, so I'll be doing a little bit of work on this gun to get it restored and hopefully get it back in fully operational condition. A little bit of history on the Sportsman Model 58. It was Remington's very first gas-operated semi-automatic shotgun. It came in 12 gauge, 16 gauge, and in 20 gauge. And as I mentioned, this one's in 20 gauge. And I believe the barrels on these are interchangeable. And it's basically the same design as the 1100, even though there were quite a few improvements made to the Remington 1100, and I'll be showing you that shotgun here in just a second. This is it right here. This one's also in 20 gauge. By the way, the Sportsman Model 58 came out in 1956 and was produced in 1963, and then it was replaced by the Model 1100. This one here is in really good condition. This belonged to my old hunting buddy that's no longer with us. And I remember the day that he got this old shotgun. We were bird hunting together, and he told me right there sitting in his truck, he said, if anything ever happens to me, I want you to have this gun. I want this to be yours. And I proudly own it now. It came with two different barrels. This one here I believe is a modified. Yeah, this one's the modified barrel, and the other one I have is an improved cylinder. It has a gas-operated system, as you can see here, and this same system is being used by the newer version, the Model 1187, which I have in 12 gauge, and that's my turkey gun. Now this one here I think we'll only shoot 2 3/4 inch shells. Let's see. Yep. But now they also made the Model 1100 and the 1187 to shoot 3-inch shells, you know. So this one here does not come with a ventilated rib, but it's a great little shotgun. This is the LT version, the lightweight version. Perfect for quail hunting, dove hunting, rabbit hunting, you know, anything small game like that. And I guess if you had the right barrel on there, you could probably get a barrel with interchangeable chokes for the 1100, and you could turkey hunt with it, squirrel hunting, grouse, whatever. These are guns made for the sportsman, you know. And a lot of these were also used for trap and skeet shooting. So they're great little shotguns, and I don't know if Remingtons are going to be coming back, but if they do, I certainly hope that they continue making these fine shotguns here, because they're very reliable, and anyone that owns one of these can attest to that. Here you can see on this side, this is the Model 1100 LT 20 gauge. And the value on these guns has gone up quite a bit. And I'll tell you, every time I pick this gun up, I think about my old hunting buddy. I wish he were still with me, but you know, I proudly own this gun, and I feel like this is a part of him every time I pick it up. Well, anyway, folks, I just wanted to share the history of this old gun in particular, because I'm sure a lot of you can relate to owning guns that were inherited from someone else, maybe your dad, your grandpa, an uncle, an old favorite friend, a hunting buddy, someone that's no longer with you. You know that these old guns need to be cherished and need to be taken care of by someone that cares enough to preserve the memory. Well, anyway, enough of that. I don't want to get too far in depth. I've got the skeet thrower set up over here, and we're going to be shooting some skeet. As I mentioned, this gun here, I've got a modified choke barrel on it, and this one here is in full choke. Let's see if we can connect with some of these American flyers here. See if we can make dust out of some of those. So let's do a little bit of shooting. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, before I get started, let me give you a little bit of detailed data on these shells that we're going to be using this evening. These are, of course, 20 gauge, 2 3/4 inch length, 1225 feet per second with 7/8 ounce shot of number 8. That's my favorite shot size for quail and for dove. I'll get one out of the box. I know I showed you one of these just a while ago, but I got to open it up anyway because we're going to be using these. There's the shell. Very nicely made shell, very well constructed. Beautiful crimp. I mean, just look at that crimp. That's high quality right there. I love the way they roll that crimp right there. And it's got their premium primer, you know, for reliable ignition. So if you like to use a 20 gauge or 12 gauge, doesn't matter. These all come in different gauges. 16 gauge as well if you still have a 16 gauge. And I think that you'll be well served by using these. So let's go ahead and get started here. I've got the skeet thrower already in the cock position. All we got to do is load it with one of these white flyers. All right, let me go ahead and load this shotgun here. Take the first shot. All right. Well, that old gun cycled and it shot really well. All right, now remember this is a full choke, so I'm really going to have to bear down on that front bead. I busted it though. You know, with a little bit of work, that old gun ought to do really well. All right, now for the Model 1100. Here we go. No problem. That's a lot of fun, folks. I'm gonna do one more. You know, it's no wonder my old buddy loved this gun so much. It shoots so smooth. I mean, it's just beyond belief. What a great little shotgun. Well, my friends, that sure was a lot of fun. What a great little shotgun. It's just so sleek and so elegant. Just a beautiful little gun. I mean, just gorgeous. It's so handy to carry around. I mean, it's just really sweet to shoulder it and just to handle it. No wonder my old buddy really liked this gun and cherished it so much. I remember when we were out quail hunting, some of the things he used to say was, this is a little jewel right here, buddy. I can take his picture with that, you know. And no wonder, because every time I shoulder it, I mean, it's right on the money. That bead is right there where it needs to be. The safety's where it needs to be. Everything just works so smooth, and just a good functioning little shotgun. And anyone that has one of these, whether it's a 12, 16, or 20, I'm sure that you can agree that these are great little shotguns. I just hope that when Remington, if they come back, they'll continue making these, as well as the 1187. That's a great shotgun too. Well, my friends, as you can see, it's getting a little bit late. It's a little dusky already, so I need to go ahead and close out this video. But before I go, let me just say that going along with great shotguns like this Remington 1100, I mean, I'm sure you can tell that it's just a fine quality shotgun. You need some good ammunition, and as you can see from today's video, this Remington shot shell ammunition in 20 gauge really performed well and very consistent. I had no problems whatsoever. I mean, the patterns worked out great. I was able to hit those targets in midair with no problem. And I think you can tell by looking at one of these empty shot shells here that everything held together just perfectly, and all of them are the same. You know, there are no splits in the cases. That primer right there can be pushed out, and you can customize your shot shells to the way you want your gun to perform. That crimp right there is going to roll right back to a perfectly uniform crimp, and the plastic that they use on these shot shells is very durable, so you can reload these time and again. I'm telling you, because I've done it. I'm telling you from experience. I know this is a plug for Remington, but I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't believe in them. Now, along with their shot shell ammunition, I'm sure that Remington has really improved in their other types of ammunition, such as centerfire rifle, handgun, and rimfire. Just last fall, I posted a video about the new Remington subsonic hollow point, and it performed very admirably. You know, I used it squirrel hunting, harvested some squirrels, did some target shooting out here. I had no issues. So Remington has really improved their ammunition line. And like I'm telling you, I come out here and I shoot a lot, you know, and I've compared different types of ammunition, and so far I've been very well pleased with Remington's ammunition. So with that being said, let me go ahead and close out here. Remember, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, no matter what your outdoor pursuit happens to be, I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. But also remember this: hit that like button, smash that bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this one will be coming your way. So until next time, y'all take good care of yourselves. Get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. I'll be seeing you.